Good morning. My name is Larry Pinson Sr., and I wrote a book called Chaps. And if you go on YouTube and put in Chaps, Larry Pinson Sr., and you'll see a lot of videos that I've done before in the past. But I'm coming to you this morning to give you an update on what's going on with my book called Chaps. Right now, I'm in the process of getting my book republished again by the seven previous publishers in the past. So this is the seventh publisher. And I want you to know their name. It's Ivy Lit Press. And the owner of that publishing company is named Neil Kingston. It's a new company, and I'm supposed to be the face of that company. But as the companies in the past, I was supposed to be the face of that company. But it's one thing that these publishing companies are doing. They are not getting the word out to the people. That's the most important thing. They are not letting the people know that that the federal government, the state government, and the city government is not doing their jobs. Meaning that they are collecting taxpayers' money to pay their salaries, but there's no need for it. All they have to do is get in a Chaps pay system in my book. Everybody in this whole wide world have 168 hours. You got to go to the book. I don't have enough time to try to explain this book to you right now, because the first thing, when somebody see my videos, they're going to say, how long is it? If it's 1 second, okay, we're going to look at it, But if it's it needs to be, I need a year to really explain Chaps to you, really. So that's impossible. But I just want to hit on some things. On the cover of my book, it says corporations, providing jobs without corporation money. You see what's going on today in this world right today. You see the war over there in Ukraine. People are getting slaughtered for no reason. The United States of America and NATO can put a stop to it. It's insane. There's no reason for all these people to be getting killed like this. Not only in Ukraine, but it's the countries over there in Africa as well. We should focus on them as well. Not only people in Ukraine, all over the world. If there's any kind of injustice going on, we got to put a stop to it. Because we are the leaders, the undivided states of America. So, America, you over there trying to do something, but you got to get your own house in order. And the only way you're going to get your own house in order is use 5 different Chaps pay systems in my book. It's very simple. You got to understand that you own your own DNA. You got to understand that you own your own hours. You got to understand that you own your own fingerprints. That's it. And then you got to understand that you had to work 1 week. And then you had to be off 3 weeks and 1 day within 1 week. Now, I know that's throwing a lot of people off. But, just go to the videos that I've done. Now, I have different websites out there previously, but my newest website is www.authorlarrypinsonsenior.com. It's up and running right now. Last week, I did a video interview with Logan Crawford. Now, I got to be honest with you. People that look like me really don't know who Logan Crawford is. And I'm just talking about, I'm trying to get Chaps out there, the people that look like me. But it's for everybody, because everybody got 168 You healthcare workers, you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop. Please stop. You are killing yourselves. And you cannot mandate nobody to get no COVID shot. And I'm going to tell you something. Remember I said everybody has their own DNA? Meaning, no 3 companies that get the shot out there and no 1 company that got some pills is going to be the answer with that shot for everybody, because the shot affects your DNA. Let me make that perfectly clear. So no pandemic is going to shut us all down. It might get some of us. Now, it's say la vie. It might be your time to go, because everybody got a time to go. But don't get it twisted. See, when you mandate people and lock them up, you are really cutting them off from their hours. You have 168 hours. And meaning, you got to understand the pay locations. You got to understand the 4-in-the-box pay system. You got to understand what a bid is. And then you got to understand how long you have to work for a yearly salary. And then you got to understand, that in the past, people think they work 40 hours a week for 40 hours pay. That's wrong. You have been hoodwinked. You have been bamboozled. And you've been had. Trust me. Because you have to leapfrog your money. You have to leapfrog your hours. And then you have to stand up. So what I'm saying is, look at my book and pay attention. And then just, there's no such thing as overtime, for one thing. It's carry-on time. Now, carry-on time is simply that it's a bid, it's an hourly schedule, and it's been scheduled with the original owner of those hours and that bid. That's very important. Let me say that one more time. Your owner, meaning you own those hours, 40 hours a week, for a whole year. And you have a starting time. That's your pay location, your starting time. And then you have an ending time in your pay location. So check that out. Most of you people that are working on these jobs, your starting time is wrong, especially teachers. Teachers, your starting time is wrong. And then you got to figure out how many hours you have to work for a yearly salary. It's 2,080 hours you have to work for a yearly salary. Everybody got that down right. But you got to know that you could only work 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week out of the 40 for this year's salary. You're paying yourself. You're paying yourself to be off. See, right now, one of the reasons is the generation. We are living with those politicians. Now, I got to make myself perfectly clear. War and politicians. I say, what are they good for? And I say absolutely nothing. Because politicians are committing tyranny. They are taking our money. They're taking taxpayers' money to pay their salary, and then running around telling all kinds of lies. Every politician, every lawyer, every judge should be in a tax pay system. Because all of them are a tax strike or a tax revolt from being broke. The other day, I heard somebody say, it was a white lady, I don't know who she was or whatever. But you know what she said? She said the same thing I said. I'm tired of paying these property taxes. There's no reason to pay property taxes, to pay somebody else's salary that's going to keep you down with no kind of thinking of for the future. They just living in the past. Oh, but that's over with. Because God said he going to give the people, that's prophesied. He said he going to give people back double because what they didn't get in the past. And that's true. I wrote the book and I know it. It's just like when Martin Luther King said, he said, we as a people will get to the promised land. Your promised land is in your neighborhood. The ghettos that we are living in now, we got to fix them up. We got to build them up. And then you know what? Our president right now, President Joe Biden, I voted for him. And I was pulling for him. But you know, he don't see the light, you know. Well, one of the things is he's talking about these student loans. In the child pay system, you shouldn't be paying nothing for education. And that's what a child pay system will do for you. Now, you got to remember, the first person to ever work in the child pay system was Jesus Christ. He was innocent, pure. He was a sacrificial lamb because all our sins, you know, all you state politicians, city government, the federal government, you all are wrong. And stop the tyranny. It's to stop the tyranny and stand up for yourself because you got 168. Now, I'm going to tell you something. People that work at the United States Post Office right now, that's why the United States Post Office is in turmoil. All through my book, I'm talking about them because I had to go through that. And I'm going to tell you another thing that you don't know. The post office don't know what they're doing either. You know, but they want to tell people when they come to work. So let me tell you this. You have 168 hours. And like I said, you had to work 40 hours and then you had to be off 128 hours. And that's your 168. Let me say that one more time. You had to work 40 hours in 1 week. And I'm talking about a physical work week, not a calendar work week. A physical work week. It's a difference. Now, a physical work, that's what you work. It's only two types of work week. It's a physical work week, 7 times 8. That's for one tour though. So you got another tour. And then now it's another 7 times 8. So that's 48 hours. And then you got another tour. And another 7 times 8. So that's 72 hours that you got. 72 hours. And remember, everybody got their own 168. So you can't be working out of your pay location and getting credit for it. It don't happen that way. It don't work that way. You have to be in one of the 5 different child pay systems. It's in the book. It's in black and white. You don't have to take my word for it. And then it's another thing too. I'm saying a lot of things about God. Like I said, Jesus Christ was the first one that worked in the child pay system. And he's the one that you should be thinking, saying your blessings to. But God sent him. God sent him his only begotten son. He sent him. And what do we do? Oh, man. Come on now. What do we do? Look at it. Just like tomorrow. It's a reminder. What did we do? Come on, man. That's why you celebrate Easter. No, you should be celebrating his life, doing what he wants you to do. Now, look, you got 168 hours. You go get them every week. Every week. And it's not going to stop. So every year, you had to work 2,080 hours for this year's salary. You had to work 2,080 hours to pay for all your benefits. You had to work 2,080 hours to pay for your stipend pay that you should be getting every quarter, and 2,080 hours to pay for your next year's salary. Now, what? I retired from the United States Post Office in 2009, October the 31st. I had worked 16 years, well, actually 15 years, and I got credit for a year and a half for being in being drafted in the United States regular army. So I got a total of 16 years credit to me for working for the post office. But they supplement that with Social Security. Man, I don't know who started Social Security. You can Google it. I don't know who did it. So I don't want to say somebody did it and they didn't do it. But you can Google it. Who started Social Security? They started Social Security. That was good for them, that generation. But you got what, 40 or 50 decades away from that. So we got to change the system. That's what I'm telling you. You got to change the pay system. Everybody got to get in this game. Everybody. I'm running out of time because, I don't want to prolong the program. It's just like the preacher going to tell you tomorrow when you go to church. I don't want to prolong the program, but you make sure you get your tithes. Now, it's all right if you got it. That's good, But then it's all right if you don't have it. That's good. Man, what? No, run that by me again. Oh, if you got it, you ain't got it. Oh, but you got it because you got 168 hours. Why don't you have it? Because ignorance of not knowing what you own. You own, hey, look, you own 168. So you don't dictate your hours. You don't let nobody dictate your hours to you. You tell them, hey, look, just like over at United Airlines or like any kind of airlines, they tell me they're going to cut back because they ain't got the pilots. Man, please. If anybody in their right mind, any pilot right now, they need your service. You don't need them because you're a pilot and you ain't got to be something that you do that you love. You don't have to be forced to retire because it's some kind of mandate. Like I said, if everybody got a date when they leaving here, it don't matter. Everybody got a date, so don't worry about that. You guys try to get into the child space system, and then just try to be the best Samaritan, a good Samaritan, man. That's what's gonna get you over. And then if you working in a child pay system, you can be working like a child pay, a good Samaritan, because everything you do in the child pay system is debt free. They got people over there in London, Canada, don't have to pay for no insurance. All of them. As long as you can prove that you're a Londoner or whatever it is, hey, you get in free, debt free. And it should be over here. Now, I don't know how they paying for it, but it's surely not a child pay system. Hey, I kid you not. Somebody paying for it, but I don't know. But I really don't care because I'm talking about the United States of America, our undivided states of America. You call it what you want to, okay? Because we are undivided. So we got to get those politicians, like I said, war and politicians. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. These judges, these lawyers, they're all in it together. So let them get in the child pay system, and we stop paying these taxes and paying their salaries. We stop paying these insurance companies, year after year after year. For what? Just because you paying fire insurance, I've been paying fire insurance on my properties for over 40 years. Same thing. Ain't no fire. Where's my money going? The house ain't got caught on fire. So if I don't use that, hey, the money should be rolled over. And just like now, your money is rolling over in the tax pay system. So what they need, all they need is service. They don't need your money. They got plenty of money, but they need your service. And your service should be conducted in 3 tours. Make sure you teachers, I got something there for you so you can stop running around here on strike. Because look, it's like I said, it's 3 tours. It's a 72-hour program. It's 72 hours in one day. You know, that's what it is. It's 7 times 72, not 7 times 24. That's just one tour. You got to add 2 more tours on there. Now, that's why I say you work 40 hours, you work 1 week, that's 40 hours, and then you R&R 128 hours. The reason you R&R for 128 hours, because you got to get the other 2 tours in there. Hey, it makes sense now, don't it? Check out my book. I got it in black and white. Check out my book. Get in your pay location and stop being broke. Stop being worried, about how you gonna pay your rent, how we gonna fix up the ghetto. Just stop it. Once again, this is Larry Pinson Sr. Look at my new website, www.authorlarrypinsonsr.com. Thank you very much. And happy Easter to you. And please take control of your own hours. 168. Thank you.